matches, and we're going to get right into it right out of the gate. Streets Oddball is going to be up first. And, I mean, right out of the gate, going for some of these nades. I mean, you're going to see... I mean, again, it's been a while, I think, since I've really done some casts on the stream and things like that. But we're going to see some of that new equipment as well. And from what I hear, some things that may be coming in Season 4 as well that are going to change things up a little bit from what you were mentioning, possibly.
A possible few changes, but not just yet. I think it's about like 2.5 weeks. Quickly, I'm happy to see that we do have Inept grabbing onto rockets, not being able to use them to their most efficient conclusion, but still power weapons. Every single time I cast, I always harp on the idea power weapons are going to be crucial, especially on a oddball map or oddball game where the teams are clumped together. That's going to be crucial if you're able to use them efficiently with a good amount of kills for both sides.
No, we're going to get along very well then, because Streets is a map where like every time I'll just complain about rocket efficiency, because if you have the rockets, should be a guaranteed 2 kills or more if you're lucky, right? And if you're firing off those rockets in like low percentage situations, long range shots, like it's just a waste of a power weapon. You're not using it to the full effect when you have it after you put like all that effort to try and actually get it to begin with. That's going to be a nice kill though from Hawkner. He's going to pick the second right now and is looking for third onto QX, is going to find that as well. But the ball will be on the other side here over towards A. Mini's going to toss that one out in towards mid. That's going to be a bit of a reset. 3 are going to fall for Inept here. And I mean, the score's tied up, but with Worriers have, I was going to say 2 alive, and then one gets absolutely Hail Married across the map with a nade. So, I mean, ball going to be down for a little bit. Rockets are going to be up, though, in about 30. And that's going to be another focus point probably for these two teams.
I would say it's a pretty good defensive position, but it's very easy if one team's able to play an effective round of Slayer, essentially, to grab the ball. We do see Inept yet again grabbing it, throwing it out into mid. I'm enjoying that personally. And just, it looks like both teams are just trying to get 2 or 3 kills before they grab the ball. And that's certainly the good, like, I would almost say the meta, is to play Slayer first, then objective. Because if you're playing objective solely, you're not really going to, like, make any success.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're going to see quite a bit of sandbox usage here. We're going to see the Bulldog, the Sentinel beams as well, the drop wall, like everything in basically possible is coming out. Mini's going to find that kill, though. Won't go down and is going to fall back in towards PD here. Gets immediately followed up on, though. Meow, you doing now with possession of the ball. And this is very unlike Recharge. Recharge, I mean, oddball in the HRL, at least, we typically see the teams just play TDM or Slayer, basically, for like 10 minutes. And then eventually someone touches the ball and there's really low numbers. But this is kind of the opposite. Teams are very actively going for this ball. They're actively trying to get on it. A lot of contests, a lot of just team contests coming through. Inept is going to be down just to yesterday here again. And that should be some more time secured here by Worriers.
I would probably say the reason is the Streets has most like open spawns, so like you have to coordinate a lot, especially with ball being right next to rockets, right next to shotgun, and you know you need to grab 1 or more of those to be successful. So it could just be individual team ability, or like they're like just go grab the ball, like get your few seconds, or it could be that they decide let's just rack up the points as much as we can and want each and individual, like every single person, to like play a very efficient game. So it could just be team, or it could be anything else really.
We're going to see Disruptor in hand. That has had some changes as well in Season 3. But that's going to be all 4 players dead from the side of Worriers. Everyone is going to fall. The ball is going to get reset back into the hands of Inept here. That's going to be in the hands of Ison, I believe that is. As QX has a stock rifle, is going to find one. And this is going to be a nice little setup here coming out of Inept, as they're going to be all lined up waiting for the players of Worriers to cross. And right now, they're just going to be ready and waiting. I believe the rockets are going to be out. That was in the hands of Meow You Do, and finds a double. Gets the triple as well. Gets the ball to go with it. Single-handedly, basically, just clearing out the entire side of Inept here as they come through.
Being able to clear out and grab the ball for the Worriers. And when you're looking at the individual stats, like each team is holding up on their own. No one's like dropping like kills too badly, but realistically, I feel like Inept took a little bit too long trying to push in. I know that they were trying to coordinate, and you could tell for those few seconds, like they're like, okay, we're already pushed. But sometimes you just have to put a little bit of like a wrench in the plan of your enemy when they have the ball, because you only have like 25 seconds remaining before you potentially, you know, lose the first round. So like they just need to push and cause chaos and cause disruption into Warriors. Like that's what the Inept needs to do right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a big kill there from Mini. He's going to find one. The ball is going to be on the ground, and Warriors up to 84 here, so only 16 more seconds needed to secure round number 1. The ball, though, will be in the hands of QX, as Inept is going to have that all the way in the back. You can see the push is going to start forward. Ison's going to fall. QX is going to get 2, though, it looks like. Gets the ball, gets out alive. It does look like it's going to get tossed, though, right into the middle. Or excuse me, no, that wasn't the ball. That was something else. QX still has that in hand, so Warriors trying to push their way forward. They still have a 20-second lead here, and Rockets won't be up for a little bit, so this next minute or so is just going to be straight sandbox, everything that they have, and that's going to be Warriors back in possession of the ball again.
Sandbox is my favorite type of Halo because it proves like that you're going to be able to make individual plays or plays as a team to, like, you know, ensure that your team comes out on top. We see a good amount of action. Inept almost, or Warriors almost down. I think they lost almost every. Yeah, no, they won just barely, but almost losing the entire team in the process. It's a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory in that sense. But now round 2, so we still have at least 1 round remaining in this game.
Yep, we're going to see Inept is going to be the ones up. I mean, the smoke shroud is going to be out very early here to block this side B street here. Ball will be in hands of Inept very early on, but the rockets from Ison are going to find 2. Ison goes down in the process. I think both rockets were used up, though, so I mean, I guess there's your rocket efficiency, right? If you're gonna go down, at least use both of them, and you don't hand over a rocket to the other side. We're going to see Robsy charging on forward. Ball is going to be down on the floor once again, and 3 go down again from the side of Inept, so it seems like a lot of times with Warriors, their kills are just coming in waves, right? There's a number of times where Inept is going to lose, you know, 2 down, 3 down, kind of consistently here, and it's not, I guess it's kind of leaning towards the points for Warriors, but Warriors has been able to kind of stagger their deaths a lot better in this case.
And I really feel like it's because they've taken the momentum, like the Warriors have had the ball more often than not. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a change as soon as I say that, you know, everything has to immediately be, you know, changed. But I really feel like in this last round and the current one, Warriors quickly grabs the ball, starts getting points, and then Inept is forced to, like, scramble to try to figure out how to get the ball back. And, you know, Warriors are playing the spawns pretty well. They recognize that they're going to be spawning across the map, and they're going to have those few precious seconds to, like, you know, grab the ball. But it does look like Inept is continuing to grab the points. So, you know, of course, as the, you know, I would be yelled at by friends back home if I said the caster curse. So I'll just say the gods of Halo casting have decided that anything I say must immediately be changed.
That is, yeah, I mean, that's typically how it goes, right? We say something, and the minute that you mention it, it just goes out the window completely. I think something that's kind of interesting to note is that neither of these teams have chosen to go for Subway or Tram, I guess, in terms of their, where they want to hold the ball, oddball. They've all gone for this back A setup, and I mean, maybe part of that is just that's where the ball always is, so no one wants to actually rotate it out, but both teams seem to be perfectly okay just fighting it out in this corner of the map. They're not bothering with the other side. And I mean, so far it's working out for Warriors, but Inept now has doubled their point lead over the side of Warriors in this round. And players are going to continue to fall. It's going to be 1 player left. It was Ison, goes down. The ball going to get reset here. And I mean, based on what we've seen, they're probably going to take it right back to where it was.
It's very interesting because, I mean, I would be thinking that at first we'll just move to PD because PD is much more difficult to utilize the power weapons, and it's the chokehold can move. But both teams must just decide that back A is the most efficient place to hide or to hold the ball for as long as you can. We do see that both teams are starting to get more parity in terms of, you know, holding the ball and just a series of firefights going on you know, between both teams. Not an incredible amount, but it does look like it's about to get to the 50 mark. So much better result than the last round.
Yep, we're going to see moving forward. Yep, they're going to cross 50. That is going to be an early lead here significantly because Worriers has not really been able to get in towards this ball right now. They've been trying to break their head against the door, and they also haven't been able to pick up the rockets either. Both rockets this round have gone to the side of Inept, and they've maintained control. That power weapon coming up once again in 20 seconds. 2 players are going to fall, though, so that does mean that Inept is going to have to try to set back up for this weapon. They're going to be pinned back here in PD. Now you're doing on the push, and Robsy's going to go down. Player's going to push out. It's going to be Mini out the back door, goes down as well. It's going to be 2 dead here for the side of Inept, and Rockets should be going over to the side of Worriers unless QX can say something about this. Trying to get in there, and is, well, not going to succeed. He's going to be forced away here.
And for those few moments, for the 20-odd points that Inept had, that's why I always enjoy holding PD, because yes, there's 3 ways to get in, but also you're narrowing the ability for the other team to fire into small doorway-sized, areas in comparison to back PD, which has a lot more space to shoot. So now we see that Worriers gets the ball back, and they immediately move it back to back A. So I don't think Worriers really likes the PD hold, which is understandable. I will also say that Streets has never been particularly my favorite map in the world because it seems so compact all the time. And I really feel like that affects decision making in comparison to maps like Live Fire and even Recharge.
It is definitely it seems like the smallest. I mean, I don't know, if you put it out on a map, I actually don't know how small it is compared to the other maps, but it definitely feels like it just because the lanes are so kind of tight together, and it's just so easy to go from one side of the map to the other. I know exactly what you mean in terms of size here, but at the end of the day, as we've been talking, Worriers have caught up completely. They're now in the lead here by 10 points. As you can see, it's going to be Eisen trying to charge forward here, trying to repel the push. Meowdoing, though, is going to pick up 1. Looking for the second, is going to find that on to Mini. Killing spree as well, 5 in a row. The ball is just booking it down the shotgun street. Trying to run away. QX with that ball in hand, but is going to have to drop it. Fights off Hawkner and succeeds. Going to get another push, but, well, okay. That was a little tragic. Kind of wanders out into the middle of every player from the opposing team. Worriers is looking to try and close this map out in 2-0 fashion. The oddball is going to be down the middle of courtyard. Rockets up as well. And it's just kind of all over the place right now as all players Worriers now have fallen.
Now this is the moment where for the Worriers to be able to bring this back, they have to make a perfect play. And you even see that Inept's pushing into the Warriors spawn of C. So they're not giving anything to chance. Quickly another kill, and Inept down 1 player, but still they have a very strong position holding. All they have to do is just get 1 wipe on the Warriors and force a full respawn, and then they probably they probably win it. But it does seem like the parity is starting to go back into the middle, the pendulum's moving back in the middle, as a good kill by the Warriors with almost a Hail Mary across the map.
We're going to see, Newbert is going to be on the mid defense here. He's going to find 3 players to face down. Is going to have to back away. They've taken the lead as well, 92 points and counting. They have to drop that ball because they know the opposing team's coming through, but they're going to start falling. Robsy going huge in the back, but the double kill is not going to be enough. It's a 1v1 now. Meowdoing versus yesterday, and yesterday's teammates are coming up on the street right beside him. Gonna have to drop that ball, and I think Meowdoing is trying to just chuck it out in the middle, put it out in the open. Don't give them an easy chance back in. It's now going to be a 2v2 on the map. Ball is going to be down. You got to consider as well the time as well. We're down to 45 seconds left in the round. That might become a factor as well. One of the teams might be able to choose to just not pick up that ball.
I mean, if you're the Warriors, you just want to slay out and just let the time pass. But in these last few seconds, 30 seconds left, I don't even think the whole team is thinking about it all that much. They're just kind of more oh, we need to get the ball. We need to make sure that we're able to win. Inept grabbing the ball, but the Warriors kind of moving out into a group of 2. You see Eisen trying his best to pin the Warriors down. And rockets coming in to be the saving grace of war. Maybe we'll see it in the last few seconds. I think 3, 2, 1. I'm even off as finally Warriors takes round 2, a very riveting, like, slaying out your opponent.
Definitely, we're going to see as well right off the rip. We're going to pay quite a bit of attention down here towards the camo. Meow, you doing? Going to slam that home early. And is going to pick that up. Misses the melee on a player that has just kind of vanished. But at the end of the day yesterday, not able to get the back smack. But the camo only going to be good for 1. It will get cleared out. So Inept is going to basically deny it, I guess. Because, I mean, a 1-for-1 trade off of a power item like the camo, you're going to be pretty happy for that if you're Inept.
I mean, you're going to be really happy if you're able to grab... I mean, I'd be happy if I was able to grab the camo at all with a coherent, like with the team being able to coordinate, but also being able to get 4 kills in comparison to 1. Yeah, absolutely. That's your taking the initiative early in the game to ensure that you're able to grab early power weapons and be able to grab the positions that you want. It's crucial, but also, like, anything can happen in these games. Like, there's no way to determine how a game will go until someone hits the 50 kills.
Yep, no, absolutely. We're going to see the chase is going to be coming up the ramp here. Yesterday gets immediately traded, and just Robsy gets just fallen on top of, basically. Player just kind of appears out of nowhere. Hawkner will have that shock rifle up and ready, and is going to be working down below. Probably not your best location for this weapon, but is going to tag 1, and is going to try to push this, and is going to pick up that kill. That's a great push there. That picks up Ison. And that is going to tie us up at 7 apiece. No team really leaping out to an early kill lead. It's basically been dead even trades across the board. Neither side, like, everyone's basically there for trades, which is really nice to see. I mean, Masters mixed. You're looking at players between 1550 and 1700 is approximate range of most of these players. So you're going to see a lot of them will have a lot of those base fundamentals down, and they know more or less what they're doing.
Yes, and I would say, like, that's... You know, how is a team able to translate that forward into actual team play? That's when you win a game. So, can a team be able to coordinate using the fundamentals to be able to ensure that you're able to get a team wipe or be able to take a good position? You do see a good back smack in Orange Pipes. So, I mean, you know, like, as we always say, like, power weapons are going to be making it or breaking it for this game. And that's going to be another thing that you have to recognize as a team, especially when you're in the higher ranks, because, like, you're so individual-minded most of the time. Like, just make sure that you're using power weapons.
Yep, and something to note as well while we've been talking is that Inept has now run out to a 7-point lead here. It's now 18-11. Warriors was doing so well in the trading department, and all of a sudden it kind of disappeared and vanished. They have not been able to pick up trades on a lot of these kills. Mini's on a 5 killing spree right now and is still alive, still not traded out. And that's 3 more kills. Every player of Warriors goes down.
Certainly, we're seeing a lot of good action from Inept against the Warriors. Which every single time I say Warriors, I'm like, am I trying to say, like, the San Francisco Warriors or, like, something else? But, I mean, realistically, we've been seeing the same issues that were impacting Inept in the, like, in the oddball are impacting the Warriors now. It's almost like a complete reverse, where Warriors is, like, trying to make a push, and then all of a sudden they're not able to make it because one player goes down and they scramble around trying desperately to, like, make anything happen. So, I mean, it's certainly a good turnaround, but also I really feel like for the Warriors, they have to be able to have, like, you see B. Newbert, like, he's 1-7 right now. He has to be able to make a few more plays to get a few more kills to claw back this 10 kill deficit.
Yep, well, was going to trade out there, so burns the camo as well. Not able to make much use of it for the time being. I guess something to note as well is that for a lot of these teams, a lot of these players have never played together before. Like, this is mixed. This is completely random, cobbled together rosters from the people that have signed up solo or duo. Rosters were released on Saturday. At maximum, players on these teams have probably played together maybe once. So a lot of them, there's going to be a lot of coordination and adjusting, which, I mean, does develop over the course of the season, but it's currently week 1. These guys don't know each other yet, so a lot of them is just playing off of instinct and whatever comms that are coming through as they're trying to kind of adjust to each other. So it's interesting to kind of see what type of synergy that you might see, I guess, between these players as we go forward. And I mean, right now, I mean, Inept basically looks like they needed a map to warm up because they are out to quite the lead now.
I mean, that's always the case that could happen, is where one game, you know, like in the very beginning, you're not really waiting, you know, you're not really ready for it, and then the second game, like, all right, we got this much better. Now it's a 37-21 lead for Inept, and it's just been complete and utter, like, this has been like a casework on how to overwhelm your enemy, because it's not that, and you know, the Warriors have been playing terrible Halo. It's more of like they're just scrambling, trying to get out the, you know, like the numbers are getting to their head, and Inept's just playing very cool, and you can kind of tell that there's a lot more coordination between Inept than there are Warriors right now.
Definitely seems to be the case right now. I mean, you look, Easy Mini at 12 kills, QX at 10, make it 13 for Mini right now. He's going to trade out there with Newbert. You're going to have, again, the shock rifle going to be in the hands of Meowie doing, looking to try to do some damage because the team desperately needs it right now. Is going to miss that one, not by much, but the score is currently 41-24. This looks like it's going to be, I mean, I might be speaking a little bit too soon, but at the same time, this is going to be quite a deficit to come back from if Warriors makes this comeback.
Yeah, and I really feel like the issue is that Warriors now are now like spawning out independently of each other. You saw like two were spawning in long haul, one was spawning in A, and that's really difficult to come through because now Inept is starting to rotate around. They know that they can pick off Warrior players, one for like 1v3s, 2v3s, you know, 2v4s, and realistically, like they've proved dominant, and they've done everything right. They've picked up power weapons, they've coordinated as teams. Individual players have not dropped the game. A little bit scary for Easy Mini, I believe, making good plays, spectacular, and in 50, 20.
Oddball, right? When there's an objective to play for, it just didn't seem as coordinated. When it was Slayer, it looks like Inept is just better, like, on the guns when there's nothing else to focus on. The issue now is that, well, I mean, Slayer's only 2 of the maps, right? You got to win an objective along the way, and it's going to be an early Hawkner picking up that camo and going to be pushing here towards the base pretty early on. They do know that there's players back here. It looks like players from Inept are going to be set up, and, well, here comes Hawkner for the back smack.
Trying desperately, just like, I need to get the back smack. Come on, let me get the back smack. Getting almost 3 kills and almost getting 3 kills down for Warriors and forcing, you know, No, wait, no, I'm not looking at this right. Give me one second.
Inept is blue. Inept is blue on the right.
Inept is blue. So, like, you saw that Inept is now being forced into their own base, which is really bad. You never want to be pinged into your own base, because it allows the opposite team, it allows Warriors to determine when they are able to play. And even yesterday, trying to get us, oh, he does get the good flank. He gets 1 kill. Let's see if he's going to grab the flag. He does grab the flag. Moving.
It's immediately just clothesline, basically. But all 4 players from Warriors did fall here, and QX is going to be in a position to get on towards this flag. There's going to be 1 player. It's going to be a big 1v1 in the base. It will be won by Newbert. Newbert's going to stay alive as well, and I don't think anyone from Inept is going to be in a position to do much about this. That's going to be a reset, and that is going to be, they're going to be pretty happy with that, honestly. Warriors was in a pretty rough spot.
I mean, I would say that they were in a manageable position, because, you know, they had players respawning in and being able to come back into their own base. And quickly, they're winning the slaying battle right now. And they're going to be able to grab this flag unless something happens, with 3 down for Inept. And I feel like Warriors has become, like, the bigger objective player when it comes to, like, you know, when the objective is not to just kill everyone. They're doing particularly well. And Inept seems like they're struggling a little bit more.
You're going to see, and Hawkner is going to have the flag, going to make it to the base, but I mean, his flag is not there. It's not going to be home. QX does look like he's going to get on towards that flag, and well, Hawkner is going to pick that up in range. Problem, though, is that teammates are not really there yet. Hawkner is going to need the support. Hawkner is going to go down, actually. Yesterday might make the huge play here as they're going to clear him out. They're going to have to reset that flag as well, grab it. They're going to do exactly that. So on the other side of the map, we're into the standoff here, right? QX is going to have one flag on one side. Rob's is going to have it on the other. It's going to be a 3v3 basically out on the map for the time being, because these players not going to be leaving those flags. They're going to be hanging around. And, I mean, we might be here a while.
I feel it could be. There could be a massive standoff, but you see almost immediately that Inept was able to come back and be a captive flag, which almost looked like Worriers wasn't even paying attention. Or sorry, yeah, Worriers wasn't Worriers.
No, Worriers did lose the flag, so yeah, it looked. I mean, Inept. I mean, yesterday just kind of walked right in there, took out the one player there, and I guess there was nobody else around from the side of Worriers, because yesterday was able to return the flag very quickly there, and then wraps it up. So that is going to be a flag for the side of Inept. Standoff broken real quickly, and I mean that sling that we were talking about. Does it translate to objective modes? The answer is yes. Inept just sent Worriers down 4 down for the 3rd time this game.
Third time this game. And I also really feel like how the teams are working is that Inept has the individual ability to make excellent plays. And Worriers is much more dependent upon team actions, which both have positives and negatives. Like you saw early in the game, Worriers was able to move as a team and be able to play really well rounded, just not able to make, play it. But even though Inept's been down 3, has been down like 3 or 4 deaths, time and time again, they still are in the lead right now. So it's really going to determine, can Worriers make that, substantial push to grab the flag, or will Inept continue to bouncing back and forth?
But we're going to see. I mean, right now, yesterday's going to be in the base once again. It's literally just yesterday over and over again. It's going to be playing a ring around the Rosie with one player. It's going to be Robsy. Robsy wins that despite being weak. Hockner on the other side trying to get the flag over towards his own base, and you're gonna see the flag will get grabbed by a teammate. One's gonna go down. He's gonna be trying to play defense as Mini's gonna be charging forward, gets on towards that flag. He's able to toss it up, but Mini's gonna be there for the shutdown. The spawn's coming through. It's gonna be all on Robsy. Robsy goes down, and that is gonna be a flag return coming through despite the death from Mini. Mini did the job, finished it off, got that flag return. That was all you needed there in that situation. That's gonna be a big win for Inept.
So close, but no cigar for Worriers, as they had 2 players rushing in, realizing they need to grab the flag now. A phenomenal play by Mini to ensure that the flag gets returned, and no score for the Worriers. I realistically think that, you have to knock out you have to have a firefight in mid for the Worriers to be able to grab the flag all the way back. Because if you're killing Inept players, and the Inept team in your own base, then you have to rush all the way down and rush all the way back, and that's more than the 10 seconds it takes to respawn, plus give or take 5 to 10 seconds to be able to rush back into a firefight.
Yep, definitely. I mean, the pressure is on from Inept, right? The players are getting pushed up forward. Yesterday's in the base, Ison's in the base, Hockner's gonna find both, but I mean, you're just clearing them out of your base, and now you got to start pushing out, gain some map control here. Not that easy to do. These players are coming back off respawn pretty quickly. Mini has the camo as well, so any potential of like a hidden flagpole, not possible, because that power up has gone to the other side. But that's gonna be 2 down at the cost of only Newbird. So this is gonna be a big push. That's 3 dead. QX, last player alive, trying to play base defense, is now gonna be involved in a gunfight with Meow You Doing. Hockner's gonna pull. This is gonna be a big opportunity here for Worriers, and probably their next best chance after the flag that just came up short.
Certainly, as we start to see Hockner trying to rush as fast as he can. Oh, and he's going to be able to score. There we go. Excellent flag juggling by Hockner, and a good turnaround for the Worriers, recognizing that they have to isolate players of Inept to be able to win those unwinnable firefights for Inept. Quickly, we see again and again, it almost looks like, if you looked at like the KD ratio for both teams, Inept is is down right now, but still being able to make amazing plays. 1-1 for each team. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, so anything can happen.
And the flag is gone. Mini gets that one pull, though. It is not able to get very far, and that's going to be 2 cleanups there. 4 dead for Inept, so there you go. Warriors going to be pushing back out across the map. How you doing? Also 18 and 13 right now, leading the lobby in terms of kills, doing a fantastic job. I mean, Inept, like you said, they're losing in the slaying right now, but they're able to get these at the correct times, like at the moments that you need them, because, I mean, again, this is sort of like map 1, right? There would be 4 dead on Warriors, but Warriors are just doing a better job of kind of staggering their deaths out, spacing it out, so they're not giving Inept the opportunities that Inept is basically looking for here. And that camo, I think, is going to get popped out. It's Mini, I believe, that's going to have that in play. That's going to immediately just get naded out here, so might lose that rather quickly. But, I mean, it feels also like Inept has not been able to make much use of these camos. They've had at least 2, but potentially 3. But it doesn't seem to have had a huge impact across map, other than, like, you sneak in, get 1 kill, get traded out, and that's kind of all that happens.
Certainly a good amount, a good amount of staggering deaths onto both sides. QX grabbing the flag of the Warriors and starting to quickly move it in. This may be a score, and unless one of the Warriors is able to grab the flag, there's no one nearby being able to score, hitting 2-1 for Inept. So even though realistically, Inept has everything stacked against them, like the deaths have been a lot more, and you see Warriors playing a lot better, but they're still able to make the plays and still being able to show it, like that, they're playing exceptional right now. I have to give kudos to them.
No, they're definitely doing a fantastic job, especially with that lead. We're down to 2.5 minutes as well. Keep an eye on the clock here, because that's going to be pretty critical going forward. Hockner's going to get 1 and trade out on towards QX. QX did have that heat wave as well. Teammate probably was able to retrieve that back in this corner as well. Mini's going to find Robsy. That's going to be 2 dead again for the side of Warriors. They're going to be looking just across the map. You're just trying to hold the line here. Inept still trying to put on that pressure, but they're really just trying to contain Warriors for the time being. You don't want them to be pushing up, because you can't cap a flag if they're in their own base. And so far, they're doing a pretty good job. Camo in 2 seconds as well. And that is going to be a pull from QX. So again, this is more of that pressure that Inept is looking to put right now on the side of Warriors.
I would go on the side of caution when you're like just trying to, play defense in a minute 45. You really want to play defense solely in the 45 seconds, but quickly you start to see now Inept being able to score their 3rd goal, or soccer now, but now you're able to play more. What Warrior rush into you. If your Warriors really trying to get back into this game, you have to be able to make 1 big push, get your series of good kills, get the flag as fast as you can, and then immediately, rush, have 2 players back in, Inept's home base. But that's not going to happen as a minute remaining, and it's just been a slaying fest for Inept right now.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, just across the board, Warriors trying to get close, and they're just being beaten back every step of the way, basically. Hockner is going to get 1 immediately traded out by QX. QX is going to go down as well, but there's only 40 seconds on the clock. I mean, given the way the HRL goes, there's going to be a flag pull at the very last moment. That's just how it always works. We're going to be on board with Robsy, looking to make that a reality here. Is going to chuck the nades through, finds 1, is going to chuck the nade down the other, and here comes the flagpole. Off the platform it goes. Teammates are going to be there for the support as well, but no, everyone is going to fall. Now you're doing last player up for the team, trying to stay alive here in the back, and is going to have to retreat. The flag goes back to the podium. 10 seconds to go. I think we can probably lock this in for the side of Inept now.
Yeah, well, if, a really good play, series of plays. Inept down has had more deaths, like at any given time, than like teams. They need to grab sniper. They need to immediately rush to position themselves for overshield. With those 2 power weapons able to quickly grab, and it seemed like they just absconded from trying to grab power weapons and just tried to grab B for those quick points. nothing against that. I'm just a little bit more, you know, like if you're Inept, you have to be concerned that like Warriors have pushed themselves into quickly, you know, trying to grab OS. But even then, like Inept's, like they're right on the. No, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see the OS, I do believe, now in the hands of the side of Inept. It's going to be Ison who's going to have that, and it's going to be a trip cap as well for the side of Inept. Warriors kind of falling apart at the seams early here. It's going to be a full trip cap, one player on towards A. Now you're doing trying to run back towards C. But that's an early 50-point lead right out of the gate here, and now you're doing just getting absolutely collapsed upon. So the points will continue to score for the side of Inept here, as we're going to see shots coming through the up top as they have to turn their attention here towards B. But the defense from the side of Inept is here. Yesterday and Mini both here to kind of just act as a wall, and Warriors not able to break through that.
No, I really feel like they're playing a little bit too. I wouldn't, but they're playing a little bit too like conservative in a sense, because like they're like, oh well, we have A, we just need to push into B, and Inept has really been pushing like very chaotically, and it's kind of messing. I can see like it's kind of messing with, you know, Inept or sorry, Warriors right now. So now you see Warriors trying to finally getting some points onto the board, but immediately QX grabbing onto A and Easy Mini getting 2 kills. So now it's everyone's dead on Warriors, and now like the spawns have reset, but still, as you were saying, they've become this brick wall that they're unable to like get past.
And I mean, the side of Inept is very freely just charging down the opposing base, right? They're not really afraid about flipping out spawns. They're perfectly okay. And I mean, maybe this is confidence now at an all-time high for the side of Inept. You saw like the players that just charged on towards C. They're like, yeah, you're going to go towards the garage. We don't care. We're going to take this over. We're going to take C from you. And they did so successfully. Now it's going to be A control for Warriors looking to get on towards B. And they're just going to eat a set of nades. Down goes Hawkner. And that's going to be a B point reset, or was reset. I don't think anyone's actively on him right now. So, oh, there you go, actually, yeah. This will be a cap from Warriors, but OS still not going to be up. So I'm actually not sure why this player's on this side of the map, because no one really cares over here unless they're trying to push towards A. But it does look like QX will find that player, and they know as well. Newbert trying to rotate back, trying to stay alive. Has that sniper in hand, too. That's not something you want to be giving up for free down below. He's going to have to retreat back, and he's going to get shot in the back.
Gonna get shot in the back because I think he just recognized that he needed to be. The comms are probably like this: Newbert, hold A. We're gonna try to push B, and then he's like, okay, moving around, have enemy in A, and he doesn't recognize that Inept's player is still there. Like he didn't go anywhere. Yesterday, still like they're playing a little bit too conservative. They need to make push. They need to recognize that. And yet, chaos himself. Their only way to beat chaos is with chaos.
If we're going to see him in the players just continuing to charge forward here, Mini is going to be able to pick up that OS. So again, OS control over to Inept, something that we've seen basically this entire game, right? I mean, Warriors has not been able to really maintain control of a lot of these power items. And the OS is just charging forward. Mini's just running him down. Is 11-3 right now. Has the sniper in hand as well. It's going to be an 80-point lead right now for the side of Inept, and his Warriors trying to just find a way back into this right now. They're going to get an opening pick on towards Ison here, and that is going to be it right now. They're going to be kind of stuck. Mini is literally just standing here with the sniper rifle. He's going to find 3 players. Maybe a little too many players for his... I mean, you can go against them with the OS maybe, but regular shield, maybe not.
Yeah, a little bit too much for even the shields of the Spartans to be able to handle. And you saw, that's what I want to see from Warriors. If you want to be able to crawl back from this massive lead, you need to be aggressive. Not too aggressive, but aggressive. And that's essentially make plays with the understanding that, you may not be able to make them 100%, but you're still going to try. Because they're playing a little bit too passive around C. They're they're trying to push into B, but there's only 2 players, and they kind of wasted their initiative. And, you know, now you just see Inept time and time again being able to pin down one time for the win. And really, they have to be able to control the BC. That's your best point. Just hold on to BC. That's how you start getting the points back.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the case. I mean, right now, though, they're not hanging on. It is currently 180, 190 and counting to 41. That's a 150-point lead right now for the side of Inept as they're coming out all guns blazing. I mean, maybe it really did just take them one map to warm up, honestly. Warriors look pretty good in that opening map, and then since then, it just does not look fantastic for the side here. Yeah, they're going to get on towards B, but Inept has already crossed the 200-point mark. Oh, man.
Almost, only 50 left, getting a remote detonation almost across the field for Inept. It's almost like just a little bit of a, you know, a slap across the face, and there's not really much they can, like, that Warriors can do. Like, you're in this moment where to be able to bring this back is like absolute Hail Mary. And yesterday being able to get one kill through the, you know, through tunnels and being able to push off a Warriors player, and realistically to make this push, nope, getting a good grenade kill, but now you just have all Inept just rushing into C because they know exactly what they need to push. And spawns have now reset, but still, it's a really big chasm that, you know, Warriors they have to be perfect to ensure they can win. Getting to game 5.
Yep, I mean, we're going to see here, 70 points and counting. The comeback begins slowly here for the time being, as they're going to be in a decent position, but you're going to see Inept trying to flip this one out now. They're headed all the way over towards C, and the players are going to be flanking around, but they're getting picked off, so Hawkner is going to find 2. Hawkner's going to find 3 there. The last one left is going to be QX with a sniper. Going to be fully out of ammo here and is going to trade that one out on towards Robsy. You can see players shifting around the map here. This is going to be A now under contention. It's going to be picked up here by Warriors, so they're going to continue scoring points here. That's going to be A, B in their possession, C on the other side. That's going to be a nice double kill. Meowie doing from the back, just finds both players, clears them out. That should be OS now for Warriors. So for the first time, Warriors actually looks like they've kind of stabilized. They're in control of locations on the map. They're picking up the kills, and they have OS. Actually, I just lied because OS... There was a guy right there! And they didn't get it! QX still gets it!
He still does get it. A really good series of plays being made by the Warriors, but as soon as the OS is grabbed by Inept, immediately a triple cap for Inept. And now all of that hard work that you're doing, all those good plays, immediately being dropped. Now we're getting 15 points remaining for Inept in game 1 of the the Masters pre-made, not the Champions. That's next, but still. Last-ditch effort by the Warriors to grab on to B, and then immediately C gets taken back. Now you have to scramble all your remaining... Nope, but they do have A, so that's good for Warriors. Only 8 seconds left. Of course, every single Halo game has to be riveting into the last second, not giving anyone a break from action. And now we see 5. I believe that's 5. Oh my God.
4 points right now. Hawkner, though, finally going to win out, I believe, on towards B. He's going to have to knock one player away. I mean, B is just forever contested. These players are just dealing with each other all around the maps. There it's going to be cleared out, though. B finally going to get contested again. And it's basically just on Nuber to try and just stay alive. It is going to get knocked off the map. Tried to repulse someone, got repulsed instead. And that opens the door for Inept as they're going to close it out 250. 114.